What if I told you that time, the thing that controls your job, your sleep, and your entire life, might not actually exist? In this video, we're diving deep into how humans went from chasing daylight with sticks and shadows to splitting seconds with atomic precision. You'll see how time shaped religion, capitalism, and even your 9-to-5 workday, and how our obsession with it might be completely backwards. Because understanding how time began, how we learned to measure it, and how it controls us today will completely change how you see your own life, and maybe even reality itself. Was there ever a moment when time began, or has it always been ticking? Some scientists say time started 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang, the moment space, matter, and time all exploded into existence. Others say the universe is infinite, with time looping in endless cycles, like a cosmic DVD on repeat. And then there's the wildest theory of all, that time is just an illusion, a mental construct to help our brains make sense of chaos. So, whether time started or just is, what matters is what came next. Creatures on a tiny planet started noticing patterns. The sun rose, the moon changed shape, the seasons came and went. Time wasn't just a mystery anymore, it became a tool. How did ancient humans measure something they couldn't see, touch, or hear? They watched the skies. Day and night, moon and sun, summer and winter, these became nature's clocks. Ancient civilizations built calendars, carved stone observatories, and created myths to explain why the sun rose every morning. Egyptians said the god Ra sailed across the sky each day. The Greeks imagined Kronos, the god of time itself. Time wasn't just a schedule, it was divine order. But humans wanted control, not just awe. So we built devices to capture it. Sundials, water clocks, hourglasses. They didn't always work. Cloudy day, frozen water, you're late. But they showed one thing, humanity's obsession with making time obey. When did time stop being natural and start being mechanical? Medieval Europe gave us the first true clocks, giant gears powered by falling weights, usually stuck in church towers. Why churches? Because monks needed to pray on time, every time. The sound of bells divided the day into chunks of duty. Time wasn't just passing, it was commanding. Then came Galileo and Huygens in the 1600s. They discovered pendulums swung with perfect rhythm, and boom, precision timekeeping was born. Seconds, minutes, schedules, it all clicked into place. And for the first time, time became something terrifyingly powerful, measurable. Once humans could measure it, they could control it. And control it, we did. How did a ticking clock turn into the backbone of capitalism? Before industrialization, people worked with the rhythm of nature. You woke with the sun, worked until dusk, and that was it. Then, factories arrived. Machines didn't care about sunrise, they cared about schedules. Bosses demanded punctuality. Miss the start bell, lose your pay. Time became currency. The phrase, "time is money," wasn't poetic, it was policy. And for workers, there were knocker-uppers, real people hired to tap on windows with long sticks to wake you up before dawn. Forget iPhones, Victorian Britain had human alarm clocks. The clock no longer served us, we served it. Society had officially outsourced human rhythm to machinery. If everyone had their own local time, how did the world ever agree on a single system? Trains broke everything. Before railroads, each town used the sun's position to set its own time. Noon in one city could be 12:14 in the next. But with trains moving faster than ever, this was chaos. So in 1884, world leaders met in Washington, D.C., and divided the planet into 24 time zones. Britain got the prime spot, Greenwich Mean Time, because, well, empire perks. From that moment on, humanity moved in sync. For the first time, you could coordinate across continents. Modern life, global trade, even the internet, all built on the idea that everyone agrees what time it is. Just when time seemed nailed down, Who comes along to ruin it? Einstein. He drops a theory so wild it changed reality. Time isn't absolute, it bends. Move faster, and time slows down. Get near something massive, like a black hole, and time itself stretches. That means astronauts orbiting Earth literally age slower than we do. Time is elastic, relative, and dependent on gravity. The universe doesn't care about your watch. It's running its own schedule. If time is relative, how can we still measure it perfectly? Welcome to the atomic age. Scientists discovered that atoms vibrate at consistent frequencies, billions of ticks per second. These atomic clocks are so precise that they'll lose only a second in 100 million years. GPS, the internet, space travel, all depend on them. Without these clocks syncing satellites in orbit, your map app would think you're in the wrong city. We've gone from staring at shadows to measuring time on an atomic scale. Humanity has mastered time, or at least convinced itself it has. But does everyone on Earth even see time the same way? Not at all. In the West, time is linear, always moving forward. In much of Asia and Latin America, time is fluid. In indigenous cultures, time can be cyclical, event-based. Things happen when they're ready, not when the clock says so. In Germany, being late is rude. In Spain, it's culture. In capitalism, time equals productivity. In Buddhism, escaping time is enlightenment. Every society is shaped by its relationship with time, and that relationship shapes everything else. What happens when the way we measure time stops working for how we live? We're already seeing cracks. Remote work shattered the 9-to-5. AI and automation are blurring work hours. Some countries are testing 4-day work weeks. We're starting to realize that time doesn't have to equal labor. It can equal balance, creativity, or rest. Physicists, meanwhile, are still arguing about whether time even exists. Some think it's an emergent property of entropy. Others think it's not fundamental at all, just our brain's clever trick for organizing change. So, the future might not be about controlling time, but redefining it socially, scientifically, and personally. So what is time really? It's everything and nothing. It's the rhythm of the universe, the heartbeat of civilization, and the chain that ties us to our routines. Yet it's also invisible, relative, maybe even an illusion. And maybe the biggest irony of all, you just spent minutes chasing an answer that might not even exist.